Hi, Cindy Hodnett, Executive Editor with Furniture Today, here on the ground in Naples at our 2024 Leadership Conference. We have our opening cocktail party going on, and we're catching up with our industry friends, one of whom, David Crimmins with Flexsteel, came by to speak with us a little bit. David.
Good evening.
Good to see you again. All right, we're going to lead off with the question that a lot of people are talking about, tariffs, right? And you and I have spoken about it. What's the short answer to a very complicated question about tariffs for you guys?
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a short answer other than we've been through it before and we've navigated it before as an industry and at Flexsteel Industries, and we're confident we can respond again. So for us, we're in a learning phase, running models and scenarios to understand what would the impact of potential tariffs be, how significant it would be, and what are our mitigation plans to respond should the tariffs be put in place. But behind closed doors, we're still optimistic that our governments can work this out in the best interest of both countries and avoid the significant tariffs with the southern border.
And, honestly, out of many companies, you guys have a lot to be optimistic about because you've had a really good year. You've done a lot of cool stuff this year. So earlier, we talked about earlier in the year a little bit about how you guys were actually identifying consumer persona as you were building product and campaigns around that and then sharing that with retailers. So let's revisit that a little bit. Talk a little bit about what happened there.
Yeah, we have been fortunate this year, and actually for 6 or 7 quarters now, we've strung together pretty good business results, and we're thankful to our customers in the retail channel for that. But it always starts with the consumer, and I think that's probably where the turnaround really started for Flexsteel, was investing in the consumer, and that's with improved consumer experience, better lead times, better service levels on in-stock product, but also understanding consumer needs in the marketplace. And we've dramatically increased our investment of time, money, resources to clearly understand consumer needs in the market and then develop and innovate product to meet those specific needs. When we get that done, then we have to educate our retail partners on what the product solution is, what the need is, develop great point of sale material for our retailers to make sure it stands out on the retail floor, and to help our retail sales associates tell the story of the product and the need we're trying to solve. We continue to follow that recipe, and it's delivering good results.
And I think it's incredible. So we're going to be rolling out some proprietary research between now and the end of the year. And one of the findings about upholstery was that the lowest rated reason that a consumer actually decides to make a furniture purchase is a sale or a promotion. It was at the bottom of the barrel for that. At the top was this idea of consumer need, consumer want. So I know, let's talk a little bit about the recliner, the motion long, perfect match. Let's end a little bit with that and how that matches consumer personas.
For sure. We study consumer personas hard by category, but also market segmentation in general. And in price, while always a factor, is not the leading factor most of the time in making the decision. Now, and the timing, it may play an impact, but not in making the actual decision. As it related to perfect match, it always started with the consumer and understanding not just the product needs that consumers have, but also the buying experience that they're going to entail. And the path to purchase for a consumer on recliners, more than any other category, I think, can be very, very choppy, very confusing, a lot of options for the consumer.
Yes.
And we tried to narrow that down for the consumer, help educate them on what are the critical choices they need to make, the critical decisions they need to answer to help them find their perfect match recliner, and then develop a program best suited to those individual needs. So it may not be for every single consumer, but we think it's good for 90% of the population and 90% of the recliner needs, and a very good program to help individual consumers find one of the 5 sizes and the right functionality that works for that specific consumer's need.
And to be fair, you guys had terrific retailer response to that. Talk a little bit about what happened at market when you rolled that out.
Yeah, we've been very pleasantly surprised, but also we expected success. We knew from previous launches where we started with the consumer in mind that our retailers would respond well and consumers would respond well. So we've sold that to approaching half of our very broad distribution and retail base. The majority of our large customers have all adopted it. We're working hard now to get them in stock and turned around and shipped. We showed them early at Las Vegas market, had great results. We showed them at High Point, again, had great results. We're really excited to get them on retailer floors here in the coming weeks and expect good turn on that product. From our standpoint, we continue to listen to our retailers. The goal was always to bring customization, made to order options to that program. We're going to launch that in January. So we'll have the stock model of the highest running SKUs, but also the ability for our gallery retailers that know that choice, and the consumer that knows that choice is important, to offer a significant amount of choice on those recliners as well. We're excited about the next phase.
So it's a fantastic example of following the consumer journey from product development all the way to retail floor, and we're going to continue to cover it. Stay tuned.